Sometimes people make more money than you, and that is okay. Online, I see this all the time when people have something that you cannot afford, when it's beyond your financial means, when you look at it and you want it, but you cannot afford it. It's really tempting to say, oh, they're just in debt. Obviously, like if I can't afford it, they can't either.
As long as people continually have that mindset that like, oh, the only reason why they got it, right, is because of the fact of they have a whole bunch of credit card debt, they do a whole bunch of things, they're greedy, they always make excuses to why someone else got it. But the reality is, guys, some people just have it, right? Some people just save diligently for whatever it is, the things that they want to buy. It's like their main focus is on the thing that they purchase, and by all means, go right ahead, right? For example, I live out here in Orlando, and a lot of times I go to Disney, and I see how much money people are spending in these bags and clothes, and I'm like, man, going to restaurants and the kids got bags, everyone got bags, they're buying a whole bunch of stuff. And the first thing you think about, right, is like, man, how much debt they got into, you know what I'm saying, to go into this trip. But then at the same time, you gotta think, yo, some people just save like years, okay, years to take this trip. Some people, yes, they might have used their credit cards, but they pay the balance off at the end of the year. Somebody might have got a fat bonus. There's so much in play to why people are able to buy the things in life that they have. Everything does not need to be that they're in debt, they're broke. You can't have that mindset. You have to think, man, how they got it, right? What are the things that I need to do to not get the exact things that they got, but to put yourself in a position to buy the things in life that you want to have? Because obviously, whatever they have, that's their prerogative. There's things that you want in your life. If you want to strive for it, go right ahead. But just stop thinking that the things that people have in life, they must have cheated or they're in a bunch of debt, and that's the only reason why. It's not always the case.
That is the general consensus for most people. But honestly, even though some people are in debt, and even though a lot of people overspend and don't handle their finances well, some people actually just do make more money. They do have more money.
Yeah, and that's not to say a lot of people right now are faking the funk and running up a bunch of credit card debt. That is certainly the case. But so many people are doing that because they see what other people have and they want it, and they have no delayed gratification. They just want it now. They don't want to know how that person got it. They don't want to know how long it took for them to save for it. They want it now. So they use buy now, pay later. They run up a whole bunch of credit card debt to give the illusion like they got it. And when it's all said and done, guys, when you buy all those things with debt, it sucks. You never really get to truly enjoy it. You might say, a couple of days, oh, I'm so happy I got this, whatever. But once that bill comes in and you recognize you can't pay that full balance and making the minimum payment, and the months go by with you making that minimum payment, you look at that purchase like this is the worst thing ever. So there's nothing wrong, guys, with just saving up and buying these things rather than just putting it on credit card debt. It's you don't really own it. Right now, all you did was you shifted. You basically took something that you bought for yourself, and now you have to pay someone else back. And you have to go to work, 9 to 5, grinding, paying nothing but interest on these credit card debt simply because you couldn't wait.
They are able to afford things that you cannot. Some people started early with no debt. Some people have really good jobs that pay very well. Some people get financial help. Some people get an inheritance that's beyond what you will get. Some people just have a more lucky situation with timing.
Can you imagine competing with that? She brings up a good point. You're trying to compete with people that the starting line was completely different from you. They might actually had it from an inheritance. They probably won the lotto. They probably hit big on crypto. There's probably a whole bunch of things. Maybe that someone, the family member passed away and had an inheritance. You have no idea, but you're here trying to compete with them. You're here trying to buy the stuff that they got because you're saying I deserve it. You want to buy all those things, or you're measuring, your happiness in life based upon other people that really didn't do anything. Sometimes, guys, people work hard, they hustle, start their own business or whatever the case may be, and they grinded, they got it. But there's some people, a lot of people as well, guys, that sometimes their parents are paying for them or they got an inheritance. There's so many situations and you don't know about it. So the point is, why are you people stressing out, worrying about how they got it? Just worry about yourself, man. That's it. Worry about yourself, focus on yourself, and you're always going to win if you continue to do that. Let's continue watching the video.
That is something that's really frustrating if you are constantly looking at other people and wondering why they have things that you can't. So unfortunately, you just have to focus on your own journey, what you can afford, what you can do to increase your income, lower your expenses, and keep that gap, and use that gap to build wealth by investing in assets so that one day you can afford the life that you want and the things that you love. But watching other people and determining that they're in debt no matter what, it's just not the case always. Sometimes people just make more money, and that's okay.
Everyone's journey is completely different. She is right. I know some people who say, I want $2 million to retire. You see videos on TikTok. I need 2 million, I need 5 million, I need 10 million. And then you see these other people are like, yeah, man, I just need $500,000. It's like, what? How you can do $500,000? People look at them like they're crazy. But that's their journey. That's what brings them happiness. Someone else's happiness doesn't need to match your happiness. And strictly thinking that getting more money will give you so much happiness, it's not always the case, guys. It truly is not always the case, because money fixes money issues. Money doesn't fix everything else. And it has to get to a point where you have to be, you have to show some gratitude and be grateful for the things that you have. Because if you continue chasing, those things that you get today, you never get to fully enjoy, because now you look into the next thing. That's not the way you should truly live life. That's why, guys, I highly recommend stop measuring your life on the stuff you see on social media. It is not real. You do know people get paid for clicks. You do know people just love attention on social media. A lot of that stuff, guys, is extremely fake. There are some people out there who really got it, and they're really giving good financial advice. But if you notice, the people who give the best financial advice on YouTube are not the ones in a Lamborghini, not the ones traveling and showing off. Those are not the ones. It's the boring people that's giving you nothing but gems, trying to help you out to get out of your financial situation. And because they understand that, like, all that flashy stuff, that's all liabilities. What they want is assets. Investing is the key. And like she said, you worry about your expenses. You try to reduce your expenses as much as you can. But there's a limit to that. After that, guys, you just boost your income up as much as possible. Once that gap between your expenses and your income gets wider and wider and wider, that life that you want, you will get. It doesn't need to be a Ferrari and Lamborghini. It can be whatever hell it is you want. Maybe leaving 9 to 5, getting financial freedom, whatever it is. But that gap will get wider, wider, and wider. And with due time, someone will be looking at you saying, whatever, he's living the life of debt. You know it's not true. Right? You did all the right things, so you know it's not true. But guys, drop a comment down below and let me know what you think about that. Do you think so many people are just trying to chase other people's lifestyle? And do you think it's all in debt? Or do you think that other people actually, they do got it, and so many people out there are just jealous and they're envious? Drop a comment down below because I'd love to hear it. At the same time, guys, hit the like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys in my next video. Peace.